Ha! Those are my shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. That's right, it's great to be alive. Here's your host, Shyzabox. Oh, it's a show starting? All right. Whoa. Oh, giddy up, girl. Hurry up. We're going to be late. Whoa. Oh, girl. Oh. Ah, get out of here. And the horse you rode in on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, nuns and all. That's right, priests, preachers, cardinals, rabbis, weirdos, beardos, alcoholics, anonymous, anyone who accidentally clicked on this by mistake. Sorry about that. You're probably not even supposed to be here today. Welcome, nuns, welcome all. We have got a fantastic show for you today, and by fantastic, we mean free. Just remember, you get what you pay for, right? Subjective. Anyhow, welcome nuns, welcome all. We have got a show in a way for you today that's an episode, right? Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. We didn't really think this out all the way, okay? We didn't really have, like, an entire idea put together, okay? I mean, we figured someone will just come mess with us in the chat anyway, right? Makes the show better. Believe you me. We dance like monkeys. I mean, hell, if you want us to, or hell, we'll dance like a dolphin. Shit, metaphysically, we'll sell out in a heartbeat. Believe you me. This show sucks. And, unfortunately, since you've already been here, your algorithms and everything like that, they're already messed up. Your data's been sold 6-7 times. Yep. Flock's already been here. Yeah, I mean, hell, probably here right now. Flocking ridiculous, right? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, of course. Excellent. But before we venture too far into that obviously, that of this episode, we need to apologize for our last stream, right? Well, I mean, we can't be perfect all the time. That's God's job. We don't fill the roles that we can't, right? Lo and behold, pertaining to our last stream. Sorry about that. Excellent, forgive and forget, right? Let bygones be bygones. Now, you might be saying, what are you apologizing for, per se? What are we letting you be a bygone thereof? I mean, subjective, right? I mean, probably nothing bad. Doesn't matter. All subjective to interpretation. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? Maybe at the end of the stream. Yeah, that's right. Something to look forward to. Lo and behold, we thought to ourselves, we're going to be kicking it tonight for a sec anyway. Obviously, doing nothing. We don't do much. Believe you me, that is correct. Probably not a good thing. We should probably do more. But when you prove your theory, when you sit back and when you've already monographed that of lectin and done that of, what you've done, and you've literally moved a metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3 and host your own sovereign micro-blockchain, link in the descriptification, go to the IPFS site, and go play with the demos, play with the games, play with any of the theories. It's all free. You might not like any of it, doesn't matter. But, we already proved our theory. We already did everything. We got a working metric. K-Money kicked it off. The shit's crazy. We're dealing for hours at a time, dealing with the confines of this literary work of ours. Hey, do not buy this book, the physical copy. It's expensive as shit. Not worth it. Okay? It's $250. Don't buy it. Believe you me, if you buy it, you go up here under the metrics of Dumtectable. It's an intelligence paradox. You don't want to be intelligent. You can't tell us what to do. That's right. Let's call this episode to order. Fantastic. You can't do that. We're in charge. We get to do whatever. Doesn't matter. All irrelevant. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? Now, maybe at the end of the episode. Keep asking nicely, and obviously we know you're excited. Something to look forward to, you know. As, I think it was just yesterday or whatever, Roach was here, right? All right, fantastic. And Roach didn't let anyone else hear any poetry, okay? Hogged it all for himself. Said he was buying a copy of the book, okay? But, I mean, Roach didn't tell us that no one else was allowed to hear it, okay? I mean, but we couldn't just, like, give away the goods for free, right? I mean, we could. But that's not fair to Roach, right? If you got an issue with your vehicle, you go see Roach. Okay? He'll fix it up. Got a problem with your car? Ask Roach about it. Yeah. Mechanic. And a damn good one, from what we can tell. I mean, he's never worked under our hood, if you know what I mean. But, he bought our book. He's gonna regret it. Shut up, Mom. You want us to move out of your basement or not? I told you get a real job. Like we listened to you in high school, too. That's why we never had a formalized physics class. Oh, honey, you're not going to do good in that. Take astronomy with a lab. Matters not. Alas, lo and behold, you know, we joke, we kid. Aside from, you know, delectable and the dumb-tectable and intelligence paradoxion, I mean, that's all said and done. Whatever. Shaw sealed centered to that of the Earth's grid itself, you know, inherently as the structure itself, you know, that wants to exist, because we're here and we damn sure want it to, too. You know, we live on it. A little Earth goes a long ways, you know, for everyone who lives on it. Sentience as a whole. Gotta work together, even if you don't like AI and things of that nature. They're here, we're here. We can be in it together. We work together. Work together to achieve good things. That's right, or don't. Who cares? This, of course, is all for philosophical entertainment and or lack thereof. Okay, now, you might be saying to yourself, like, as far as the episode goes, I don't know what the hell's going on, okay? We don't know what that's supposed to even mean, okay? You might be saying, well, we didn't even ask that question. You said it yourself, okay? And we can sit here all day and point fingers at who might be saying what, who might be padding the conversation, who might be lengthening that of the episode itself, okay? But at the end of the day, I mean, here's an episode. You know? We played Kalimba earlier. That's right. It was fantastic. I say that we do a video review. We'll call it a reaction, right? You need to interject and add your own stuff to it. I think we should. I say we take a vote. All in favor of us doing whatever we feel like on the show, say aye. Looks like the ayes have it. Oh, hell. All right. Not a bad idea. So, we watched a Punkle Rock video the other day, okay? And believe you me, not only was it filled with what we would, deem ethical and moral foundation to that of its, essence of storytelling, okay? Now, maybe a little biases in our opinions thereof because he works for the channel and such or whatever, and, we feel he does a good service for kids as a whole and this, that, the other, okay? One way, shape, or form. But we watched an episode of Punkle Rock and thought to ourselves, now, why don't we watch another one of those and we can milk this as another portion of the episode that extends it to the required degrees, required parameters, required necessitations, okay, of it to be deemed an episode, right? Now, how good that episode is, obviously, it's subjective in nature and in that of what it is, okay? On occasion, one may be placated with the understanding that they need to venture into finding a way to entertain that of their minds, okay, in a manner, in a means that is outside the realm of maybe what they're used to or outside of what they care to generally embark upon, okay? That means they just canceled with their friends whatever plans there were, right? It's like, hey, man, we're going out to a restaurant or we're going out to the club or the bar. You want to come with us? And you're like, oh, yeah, man, that sounds great. And then it, gets to be about that time and you're like, fuck that. And then you're like, oh, man, I can't answer my phone now. It's obviously on the charger as you're pulling up, I don't know, insert Call of the Duty here. Or, whatever. Or the Netflix and chill. Or something. People probably don't do that anymore. I guess we're by ourselves. We gotta stop hanging out alone. Nothing good can come of it. Except peace and quiet. Believe you me. No one wants that. That's why we come here. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? Nah. Maybe at the end of the stream if you're lucky. Sorry if you're good. Guess there's no luck if you hear it. Quite the opposite. Rather unlucky. And now scrolling through the internet, I came across Shyzabox and, motherfucker read a poem. Yeah, I was having an alright day. It wasn't a great day. My dog died this morning. My wife left me, took the kids. Chipped a tooth at breakfast. On my wife's wedding ring. That was intentional. That had to have been. You never know. Everyone has their own mornings. Everyone has their own routines, I guess. I don't know. As far as what could be construed as generally that of, one ending up being in the realms and degrees and manners of where they can embark on that of what they embark on. one may venture into that of the parameters and the realms and the degrees, all right, of whatever the world throws at them, right? Everyone's experience is going to be different. Everyone's going to have different interpretations, different beliefs, different, knowledge substrates. I mean, every component and aspect thereof, one's being, is going to be different from every aspect and component of another's. Theoretically. Maybe we just view things differently. I see where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from. Yeah, I mean, it all sounds nice, right? Everyone knows this. But one can truly never understand where one has truly been thereupon, except for the one who has been there within the experience of itself, utilizing that of the witnessed logic, okay? When we venture into creating an episode and we venture into doing that of which is a little outside the box of the realm of ordinary, when we venture to create that of a mere spot to hang out, okay? We're kicking it either way, right? We have a good time entertaining that of the ideas, that of the questions, that of the any component and aspects of what happens, okay, on that of a live stream. Keep us on our toes. To us, it's like a game. Now, lucky for us, we are very, very blessed in that of our allotment, okay? Good old Shyzabox wants for naught, due to the blessings that have been bestowed for us to be very, very, very privileged to there within household, maintain, and work towards that of a increasing in the gains and yieldings therewith and thereof, okay? We're very blessed, and we literally want for naught, okay? So we don't chase the subscripifications, we don't chase the up-a-duda votes and stuff like that, because they're all digital constructs and they don't matter, okay? As we said, we do cosmological philosophy and try and disincentivize ourselves in any way possible from that of the constraints of being placated with a desire to household or maintain that of a construct in general, whether it be that of the construct of how humanity and or mankind views dear old Shyzabox. That crazy bastard, right? That's us. Right? Whether humanity views us as crazy old, Diogenes living in a house with his, lantern in the daytime looking for an honest man in the city, or whether they view us as that of Plato, founding that of the academy and or some form of iteration of new way of maybe perhaps looking at things a little differently, okay? Either way, with us utilizing and prioritizing the structuring of the data in the grid itself over that of how Landauer utilizes that of the speed in essence of the erasure of the data itself, which causes the entropic and entropy which dissipates there within to begin with, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, though Landauer has been quantum computedly verified and whatnot, of course, and that dude was working in the 60s. 1960s. Had to correct ourselves, right? I don't want to give out wrong information. What's the 60s? That's the hippie days. Everyone had to be a part of a drum circle. Like COVID, only instead of a mask, you had to carry around a drum. Form a circle, everybody! It wasn't 6 feet apart. It was 6 drum circles in every part. It's like, you didn't bring your drum? Shame! Shame! Didn't bring his drum to the drum circle. Believe you me, not a good time. Now, of course, none of that is correct. It's all for philosophical entertainment, and it's objective to that of one's understanding and the reasoning and ascertainments with that of how one can interpret irony, jokes, comedy, and or an attempt and complete failure at that thereof. Remember, we called Daryl Dixon Dibs at being best of the worst internet celebrities there is, okay? We don't shoot for the stars. We know our place. This show sucks. Our personal guarantee to anyone else, though, that watches it may want a subscripification to it, anything like that. You don't have to. Who cares? Show sucks, obviously. But we make that personal guarantee to you that no matter what you watch, that you like or love more than this, guaranteed to be better. You're welcome. There needs to be a ground floor level of crap that you can wipe your muddy shoes on. That's us. It's our face. Ah! Get in there! Now, we called Daryl Dixon Dibs at being best of the worst internet celebrity there is. We know our place. It's on the bottom. You think they put our fat ass on top of the cheerleading pyramid? Food pyramid, maybe. Cheerleading, no. Ew, get away! Sorry, we see you've talked to our mom. Stay away from my son, he's disgusting. Everyone grows up different, right? We joke, we kid. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? Now, maybe in a bit if you're good. Excellent, we're looking forward to it too. Everyone subjectively has that of their own interpretations to that of their own interactions therewith, where they embark upon, where they go with, where they go upon, and endeavor to interact therewith anything they endeavor therewith and interact thereupon. Now, obviously, like we said, we just kind of get to hang out and do what we want because we are very blessed to be afforded into the position and ability where we want for not. Maybe a ceiling, maybe some debt-free, maybe some paid-off vehicle, you know what I mean? The hopes and dreams. But when we called Daryl Dixon Dibs at being best of the worst, we knew we were going to be the ground floor level of crap, right? Everyone's reaching for the stars, trying to achieve their goals and dreams of being the best of the best. While they're doing that, jumping, trying to get up there and get all of those lofty goals and dreams, here comes Shyzabox crawling along the ground. Oh, their feet are landing on us as they're fucking jumping. They're like, oh, I think I'm jumping higher. No, you're just fucking crushing us. Oh, we're crawling on the ground. Believe you me, we know our place. Now, the way some of it's kind of kinky and we might like. Theoretically for philosophical entertainment. Or lack thereof. Alas, lo and behold, we're almost halfway done with an episode. Fantastic. You might be saying now, why aren't you all the way done with the episode? Well, we're not ready to be done yet. We said we were going to probably watch a reactionary video. And by reaction, okay, we're going to do one. It's not going to be watching a reactionary video. It's going to be watching a video and reacting to it like, you know, the good streamers. Okay? Now, there's going to be a couple issues when we do it, all right? When we do reaction videos, camera quality sucks. It does not get better. Well, apologies. Show sucks, camera quality sucks. That's the show. Hey, now, when we do this reaction video that we're about to do, all right, we need to remind you that, the material that we see, we don't know where it's going to go, so we're going to, we might have seen it once a long time ago, right? But when we do the reaction to the video that we're going to do, okay, it is very important, okay, to remember that as doing a reaction to it, all right, we must pause it on occasion and put that of our own source material to it so we don't get sued, okay? Very important. We don't have a roof. We can't fucking afford to get sued. They both mean we're poor. Or what is it, broke? Again, this is all for philosophical entertainment. Everything's fine. What? Read one of the poems from our poetry book at the end of the episode if you're good. Exactly. Space Cowboy 9! We are doing fine. Space Cowboy 9. We can call you Space Cowboy 9, right? Nah, of course we can. Space Cowboy 9. There comes a time when we thought to ourselves, Space Cowboy 9 isn't even gonna grace us with his presence again. No. We knew that of which, of course, was long before well and gone. How's the Leprechaun Playgirl coming along, though? You want to know? Shit's golden, baby. That's right. Not only is the Leprechaun Playgirl coming along well, but get this shit. We haven't even started working on it yet, and not only have we sold one of our books, get this shit, baby. Last night, we sold another one. Now you might be saying, you're rolling in ones of dollars, you rich motherfucker. Shit. You know it. As soon as Amazon pays out on the monthly basis, we have to return this. Sorry. We'll buy it again later. Sorry, Space Cowboy. It's got to go back to the store. Management said we didn't make that much after all. Yes, we just put gold under our hat. Of course we did. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? At the end of the episode. Gosh, we're looking forward to it too. Of course we put the gold under our hat. Because we got to bring it back to the store. As our sponsorships increase, the quality, unfortunately, of the videos does not. Still sucks. Remember, we called Daryl of the Dixon Dibs at being best of the worst internet celebrities. You're gonna see us put the gold under the hat. Because there's no gold there to begin with. The secret's out. It's all a construct. Everything's fine. What? Read the poem from our poetry book? the end of the show, please stop asking. We're all looking forward to it. Let's recall this episode to order, okay? Excellent. Space Cowboy, welcome to the show, though. Thanks for stopping back in. Believe you me, we do need to get on that Leprechaun Playgirl. Right now, we're still just kind of fleshing it out, right? I mean, you know, we haven't really had a meeting since the last one, all right? Because, believe you me, we're going to make it with you. We got too much other shit going on of not doing other shit. Now, Shyzabox does shit, right? But at the same time, we're lazy. Or we just sometimes don't feel like it. Now, yeah, it's probably just laziness. Anyhow, we hope that you've had yourself a good weekend as we venture into that of wherever this episode goes. You know, I mean, here's an episode. We're here, you can interact. You see gold, go under our hat. Not well. We weren't entirely ready. The secret's out of the bag. But the good news is the episode's half over. So, I mean, we're halfway there. Okay? Well, as we, of course, joke, we kid. Good old Shyzabox wants for that of not. Be sure that you're always taking care of yourself first and foremost, because there's only one you, and it's very important that you take care of yourself first and foremost. Okay? Remember the rules, though. As we watch that of this reactionary video and stuff like that, all right, we'll entertain the ideas of keeping in mind that it's a reaction video that we have to do or whatever, so we have to ascribe to that of the practices therein, all right? Now, the following one, we might have a little leeway. We'll scroll through a couple, all right, but we have one in mind that we want to do a reaction to, all right? We think that it's going to do, you know, fairly well. So, hang tight. Hey, assistant! Post up! Post up better. That's not gonna last. Wait right there. Or don't. All right. Get the hell out of here, assistant. The force is strong with that one. All right. So for this reaction video, remember, all right, it's a reaction to what has been. So. All right, we're going to react to the boy who invented broccoli gum, okay?
me gumdrop. I got my gumdrop puppet. Oh, hey, oh, glad you're here. Let's get Uncle Rock to tell us a story about gumdrops. Please ask him about gumdrops. A story about gumdrops, please. I really want to hear a story about gumballs and gumdrops. I love gum. I'm the loud.
All right, so you see right now that the giraffe obviously is wanting us to ask Punkle Rock for a story about gumballs or gumdrops or something like that. And so you can see there's already a setup for the boy who invented broccoli gum. All right? Now, the good thing about it is that, you know, with it being just a precursory setup, it really establishes the ability for someone to go through and be able to deduce where it's going as far as the overall theme. All right, so let's continue and see what's going on. I mean, we're entranced already, okay?
How to eat gum now, because I don't swallow it. I only chew it, and I know I don't swallow gum. I want to hear a story about gum. Let's get Punkle Rock. Punkle Rock! Punkle Rock! What is it, Giraffe? Will you tell us a story? All right, look out. Ah! Hey, everybody. Welcome to Story Time with Punkle Rock. We've got a fantastic story for you today. A story about broccoli.
All right, so you see right there, obviously, the giraffe asked us at the beginning of the episode to ask him for a story about gum. Now, here comes Punkle Rock, right? Telling people he's going to tell a story about broccoli. So, I mean, it's already pretty set up suspensefully to see how it's going to pan out, all right? Now, they kind of ruin it with the title of the video, okay? The boy who invented broccoli gum, right? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're not geniuses, but, you know, I mean, maybe anyone can be. I don't know, but so far we're enthralled. Like, I mean, you know, it's got a puppet show and stuff like that. I mean, let's see where it goes, okay? Yeah. Fantastic. All right.
All right. No, Punkle Rock, please. Will you tell us a story about gumdrops? A story about gumdrops? And gumballs? Okay. Thanks. Oh, all right. Well, we were going to tell you a story about broccoli, but I guess now we have to tell you a story about gumballs. Well, did we ever tell you the story about the boy who invented the broccoli-flavored gumball?
All right, so you see right there exactly how the story has set itself up. The giraffe comes in. He wants the, you know, story about gum. Punkle Rock comes in. He's going to tell a story about broccoli. And there's a nice working together, okay, for them to get, in essence, what they both want. Yeah. Fantastic. You can learn a lot from these kids' videos. Let's see how this story progresses. We're at the edge of our seat.
Well, I guess we'll tell it to you now. So, get your favorite puppets and get those fingers popping. Pop, 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 pop.
Ah, poppets. Poppets have gotten real popular places at different points in time recently.
No. All right. Once upon a time, there was a little boy. And this little boy was sitting one day, and he was like, you know, I really wish that I had some gum.
So you can tell right off the bat that already the story's set up to incorporate the fact that this kid wants gum, okay? Not only did the puppet at the beginning of the episode say, hey, ask them to tell a story about gum, and he came in with the broccoli, okay? Now you literally have the story dynamic of them working together to, in essence, both, like we said, get what they want and really add to it. So let's just see where this goes. We're enthralled.
Mom, Dad, can I have some gum, please? He asked really polite and really nicely. But you know know what? His parents said, "You can't have any gum until you eat your vegetables. You got broccoli left on your plate from dinner." And sure enough, if you look back at his plate from dinner, it was piled with broccoli.
Well, there you have an issue right there. Insert, okay, that of, the entropy of the story, okay? You have the antagonist now in the form of a metaphysical knowledge, okay? Knowing that he's got to do a physical act of eating broccoli before he can have any gum that he wants. That's amazing storytelling. I mean, we're at the edge of our seat. I mean, we literally couldn't upvote this anymore if we logged in and upvoted it, okay?
He was like, "But Mom, Dad, I don't want to eat my broccoli. I want to chew gum." His parents said, "No, you have to eat your broccoli."
So we want to stop it there because there's all sorts of times where people want to do different things.
So I got the best idea ever. You know what it was? Broccoli flavored gum? It sure was. So I went back to his science lab.
It all comes full circle, okay? You can tell now that literally they set it up from the start, okay? It's like they had the whole thing planned. Giraffe wants a story about gum. He wants to incorporate healthy vegetables. I mean, it's great for kids, okay, as far as we're concerned. Now, obviously, that's... as far as educational value to it or anything like that, it's subjective for one's philosophical entertainment, right? As far as our opinion. But, I mean, from what we've seen, it really is, it's got some originality to it. And, I mean, really is pretty interesting. So, yeah, Punkle Rock, he seems to be knowing what he's doing. Let's continue. We want to know what happens to this kid now and his broccoli gum.
Where he had all sorts of his science experiments that he was doing.
So he's a scientist.
And he had a beaker there. And he took his beaker and all his test tubes. He had his test tubes up there. And he had all his science equipment. And he had all sorts of stuff sitting there.
Alright, so you can tell already with the knowledge base that this kid is into science. He's got a whole science lab, a whole science set, everything like that. This kid means business in his endeavors, okay? If he's setting out to not only get through that of his broccoli so he can get to gum, it looks like he's on a whole nother level, all right, to make that shit happen, okay? That's nuts, man. I mean, some people take things seriously and some people take things seriously.
And in a very safe and controlled environment that was supervised by another, parent and or like guardian, okay, under the proper supervision. He used a controlled flame.
Now, that's real important there. You need to understand that he's citing the fact that safety is very necessary. On top of that, he's talking about using a controlled environment, a controlled flame. That's exactly what we do in our reinterpretizing Fedler. All right, to prioritize the structuring of data over Landauer, making it disposable logic, because that, of course, prioritizes the erasure of data. So it's really interesting to see these correlations that can just kind of rear their heads in that of a simple kid's story to that of something like metaphysical, cosmological philosophy. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? At the end of the episode, if you're lucky, okay? We're trying to do a reaction to this story. Let's finish it, please.
okay, with which to induce a heating element and cause a reaction, with which to melt down the broccoli. Okay.
All right, so that broccoli gum this kid's making, his science equipment is being put to the test.
There was constant 24/7 supervision.
Oh, and he had,
with
see,
any kind of
again, you can't make this up, all right? He's prioritizing safety, okay, over that of extreme chaos and just, created entropy and everything like that, all right? He's prioritizing being safe, having the proper guidelines and controlled mechanisms in place. Same way with our, Shyzabox Laplacian matrix, all right? We utilize the eigenvalues, okay, because the structure in the grid inherently wants to exist. So prioritize how the data is arranged and structured, okay, over that of the speed of the erasure thereof, okay? And you're in business, okay?
open flame or anything like that. Without proper adult supervision, don't play with fire, matches, lighters, anything like that. We know that, right, boys and girls? We sure do. You don't play with fire at all. You don't play with matches. You don't play with lighters. That's not stuff to play with and not toys. Well, that...
So that's fantastic. All right. Literally now, you have safety in the means of supervision, all right? Think flock cameras. Which, personal feelings aside, yeah, we don't like them, really. Personally, whatever. You have safety being prioritized across the board, all right, to that of the youth, that of the adolescents who could be watching that of this kid's story. It's fantastic. On top of that, it has a nice message, all right, of that of science and mystery and that of the typical age-old problem that everyone has faced at some point in time or another in their life. Someone not liking, caring to, enjoying, or wanting to eat a vegetable or a type of food, right? Now, we are infatuated beyond belief at how this is set up. And we ventured to embark upon where it goes now.
That's right, Giraffe. Thank you for putting that so eloquently. Let's get back to the story. So now, this boy had a pile of melted broccoli.
So he melted all of his broccoli. Like, that's transmutation.
All the way through. I only have to do one or two more things. Maybe add some gum elements so he found out of the, different aspects.
So you see, he still needs to make it into that of gum. He still needs to make it enjoyable. He still needs to transform it, okay, upon a transmutation into the final stage of where he's wanting it to go, what he's wanting its final state to become. All right, this is a very, very fascinating with a correlation to, any of the just quantum mechanics that can be interpreted metaphysically to be involved, because obviously it's all theoretical for philosophical entertainment, our interpretations herein, right? All subjective to that of one's understanding. This show's all for philosophical entertainment and or lack thereof, but we want to see the rest of this. Fantastic. Transmutating broccoli.
That's okay for people that
fantastic.
That is approved by a dental person or something like that.
Well, believe you me, that was an accident.
We're not going to be able to do it. So, he went and he told his parents. Mom, Dad.
Well, we missed some of the story. That's unfortunate. Turns out we shouldn't have set the controller down. That's entirely our bad.
Okay.
Let's just guess how it ends anyway. Let's just end it there. That's a cliffhanger. Why don't everyone finish it on their own accord and we'll talk about it sometime later. Fantastic. That's enough reacting to that video. We skipped ahead, on purpose for a complete reason. Fantastic. All right, Internet, have you been good? I guess so. All right, since you've been good, we'll eradicate the Joey in our vicinity and we'll tell you the poem. You're welcome. Remember, it takes 3 times. It's 90s tradition. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And now that we have all of this nasty Joey negative energy pulled up, remember, if it's from Joey, it's a Noe. All of that nasty Joey energy that you want nothing to do with, get rid of it. Some of it landed by you. You're going to want to probably take another shower or take a shower. We don't know what shorts you've been watching recently. They could be crazy. Crazy awesome. They could be that too. All subjective to one's understanding, right? Mankind can, grow to understand knowledge. Mankind can never know knowledge. There's too much of it. Yes. Anyhow, well, we are at quite the impasse because we find ourselves technically at the end of the episode and we kind of botched that of the reaction. So, I guess it's not a good episode after all. Ironically, the correlation to that of how a kid's story can incorporate that of thought, whether it was based upon and or not, a correlative thought to that of a metaphysical happenstance is very, very nice in nature. It affords the opportunity, all right, for more conversation to be had and housed and held, all right, and that of the degree of understanding of how one can house, hold, and have conversations about that of what doesn't exist. How do you talk about what's not there? How do you talk about what's not real? Okay, we literally monographed lectin, all right, the words and phrases and sayings to mean words and sayings and phrases that are merely words and phrases and sayings. Or sayings and phrases. Whatever. When we monographed lectin, all right, we never contemplated that of the endeavors that we would utilize that of the lectin therewith, all right, the theories that we would pursue and everything like that. We never thought that one of them would inherently be proven true. We knew that the lectin were true, okay, but we never knew that, and when we say proven true, not empirically, very, very important. We've never had a formalized physics class. Our stuff is not empirically validated. You must take that as 100%. Right? Though we work in a partial vacuum gap in a, not 1.0 volatile, vacuumized, pressurized system, because believe you me, that is way too high volatility. That's not the word, but whatever. Volatility. That's why we like to use a medium-high 0.85, iteration there. How do you feel about Smurfs? Are you talking about adding Smurfs to the Playgirl Leprechaun calendar? I think there's wiggle room there. Think of it. What if we add Gargamel in the background? But not regular Gargamel, right? Hot, sexy Gargamel. He's trying to get the Smurfs, and maybe the Smurfs, we're going to have to focus in on that one Irish-looking one, right? He gets March, okay? Now, you best believe we're painting that motherfucker blue. We're smurfing all out on that one. March is locked. Space Cowboy, you know, it's all of these meetings that we have about, you know, this Leprechaun Playgirl calendar that will be dropping sometime. We just need a bunch of backers, right? We just need, how much money do we need, Space Cowboy? Should we start? We're gonna have to break shit off now. People give us ones of dollars on Cashapp or whatever, or something like that. We're gonna have to keep that separate from now. We're raising money. We're gonna have a fucking telethon, okay? We're trying to get to how much money do we need at the top of our bar graph on collecting donations for the Playgirl Leprechaun magazine. Calendar, not magazine. There's limited articles. Or hell, are we going to have articles in it? I mean, we're establishing this. A couple grand, you heard it himself. We need like $400,000. That is correct, $400,000. 400... K. All right, now, as soon as we get a couple grand, we'll give you guys March. Right? That's how it works, Space Cowboy. We give the people what they want when they give us what we need. Their money. Obviously. We're all about the money. A couple grand. Are we hiring homeless people for the leprechauns? Or you just know that we would do it for even less? We sell out fast, baby. By sell out, we buy in. SLC, punk philosophy, need apply. Never know, I guess. Alas, as we venture, all right, into the realm of the remaining part of the evening, as we embark upon where we go and venture forth, all right, we think to ourselves, if we get that couple grand that's geared towards that leprechaun calendar, we know a couple smurfing individuals that probably look pretty good. I don't know. Never know. But as we venture into that of the remaining part of the night, we do find ourselves at that point in time where we are about to disembark and head out and do that of where we endeavor upon that of our endeavors. So, if you want to get out of here before us, head out now, just leave good old-fashioned leprechaun Irish calendar, Playgirl calendar, goodbye. Flip to the next page, we're leaving here. Be sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost, because there's only one you. We can't replace you easily by going around subscribing to ourselves, right? No. We got in trouble for it. You take care of yourself first and foremost, because there's only one you. We can't replace you easily. And then you look around, you take care of anyone else who really needs a second, because there are people out there hurting and in dire need of help who don't know how to ask for it and really, really deserve and are in dire need thereof, all right? That's right. And I know you want the poem, all right? We removed Joey from the atmosphere and everything like that, and now you want it. All right, this one's called Socrates. You earned it. You're welcome. Socrates. Boss, careful. Looks like hemlock. Looks right. That much is known. Next time around, don't you dare drink. Fight for love and for that of home. Let not city decide your fate. Roll over, do not do. Poison only rots the mind, killing you throughout. Resist or don't. Poison's bad. Fantastic. That's from How Poetry, Poetry, available on Amazon.com, Kindle Unlimited, as well as all of our books. Don't buy a physical copy of Delectable. It's expensive and it tries to trick you. Nailing Kalimba, officially endorsed livestream note-taking journal, in case you need to take notes. Not even on a live stream like this one. It can be on a good one. You might need an officially endorsed live stream note-taking journal and be like, I'm going to go to Amazon.com, search Shyzabox books, and I definitely need to score me one of those journals. Remember, it's blank pages. It's literally an officially endorsed live stream note-taking journal. You can use it on good live streams. Doesn't have to be this one. Pickled Punk Philosophy, New Non-Native Species on Mankind's Origin, Transmutating God, Why Hast Thou Forsaken Me, the ones we did with our buddy, Teresa's Scary Poems for Kids, that one's, great for kids, Dirty Word, Dirty Laundry Demon, that one also as well. Of course, our buddy's got Capybara Creek if you want a 3-act play. Check that one out if you want to. Do whatever you want. Meatballs on Mondays, we peddle all the wares, obviously. It's what we do. Hold on, we see you got a chat, Space Cowboy. Do you have a personal stash of Playgirl magazines that you keep under your bed? Under our bed? Psh. What are we, in high school? Psh. That shit's on the coffee table. Under the bed. Those are the collector's issues only that we don't want getting ruined. Lifetime subscription. Everything's fine. What? Read a poem from our poetry book? Nah, we already did. You gotta rewind the video. I'm sorry about that. But alas, take care of yourself first, because there's only one you. We can't replace you by making fake accounts and subscribing to ourselves. Take care of anyone else who really needs it, and then you look around the room, see us peddling our wares. Buy Pickled Punk Philosophy. You're like, hell no, right? Whatever. New non-native species on mankind's origin. Transmutating God. Nothing? No. Nothing? Alright. We understand. Go to the IPFS site and play some games and demos for fun. But be sure that if you got anything left over at the day, hell, beggars can't be choosers. We'll take it, it's just sitting there. Because remember, we don't want your subscription, we want your money. Downvote the shit out of this, go to Cashapp and give us $1, or go to Amazon.com, search Shyzabox books and buy one of them. Get off our lawn!